Seltzer Kings.
Podcasts.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Hey, Fern, what up, girl? What do you want, Buffy, Tiffany, whatever your name is?
The female voice in Celtic literature. I am woman, hear me bore. I heard you had a little chat with Selma Rose last night, right before she disappeared. Can I guess? She was contemplating a nose ring?
I was letting her know she had a phone call.
Who was calling for her?
I don't know, some woman. Like, the phone was ringing off the hook in the kitchen. It was driving me up a wall, so I answered it. Someone wanted to speak to Selma Rose, and I was nice enough to relay the message.
You didn't ask who was calling?
I didn't care.
You know what's funny? And not like funny haha? A driving force in getting the Greeks kicked off campus, that's you, is the last person seen speaking to the trustee with the swing vote.
You know what else is kind of funny? The girl who saved the Pi Sigs is apparently leading the charge to track down that swing vote.
I wasn't saving the Pi Sigs, I was getting to the truth.
Well, the truth is that your Pi Sig friend just kicked off Sex Quest 06. You know what that is, freshman?
Yeah, they award themselves points for getting laid.
Just watch what you drink.
Well, howdy, hello, and good morrow to you. Welcome, podcast listeners, to another episode of Boys Watching Veronica Mars. We're just two boys watching Veronica Mars for the first time, giving our review, our reactions. We're your hosts. I am Joe Welke.
I am Vance.
And today we're talking about Season 3, Episode 8, Lord of the Pies. Directed by Steve Gomer, written by Diane Ruggiero. The original air date was on my birthday, November 21st, 2006, to an audience of 2.57 million people. And before we get into the episode, join our Discord, links in the show notes. It's where we talk about Veronica Mars, True Blood, our Patreon series, Twilight, our other Patreon series that's going on right now, and then a whole host of other things. And speaking of Patreon, join our Patreon, patreon.com/boyswatchingbuffy. We've got multiple tiers. We've got a $3 tier for the defunct now Joe's Fashion Report /corner. We've got a $5 tier for Boys Watching Shows and Joe's Fashion Report /corner. We did Angel. We did, what was it, Dollhouse. We did
Buffy Comics.
And now we're doing True Blood. And then there's the $8 tier, which is our movies tier, where we are covering the Twilight series now. And you get access to everything else as well, which is all of the shows, all of the Joe's Fashion Report /corner. If you're just still making your way through Buffy and you want to see what I thought of the outfits with visual cues, there you go.
And there's the $3. The $3 individual
$3,
movie.
if there's any individual movies that you're like, I don't really want to do the $8 tier, but like this one specific movie, I have to hear what they thought of Cocaine Bear. You can purchase any of the movies for $3.
I need to know what they thought of K-pop Demon Hunters. There you go.
I mean, that one, yeah. There are also like discounted things. I think if you like sign up for a year, you get a discount. If you, yeah, I'm pretty sure that exists.
Yeah, you guys can figure it out. You know what you want.
Yeah,
if you want it,
yeah.
check it out.
You go to Patreon.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/boyswatchingbuffy.
Yeah.
It's that easy, people.
And join the Discord where we're talking about these shows and movies and lots of random stuff. Stuff. And we're still talking Buffy on there. We're always talking Buffy. So, yeah.
I have a hard time keeping up with some of the Discord, to be honest with you. There's like a whole aliens rabbit hole that I'll open the thread and be like, there's 700 messages about it. And I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
But how you doing, Vance? What's up?
What is up? I'm all right. I'm all right. Yeah, I'm good.
I'm riding the typical lack of sleep.
Same.
I chose last night. Yeah.
I'm gonna open this big strawberry watermelon ice that I got. I need the big boy.
I'm going old school. I got watermelon burst C4.
Ooh.
We were talking about it last week or whatever, and I was like, you know what? That sounds refreshing.
I thought about it, but I just wanted more. I just wanted more beverage today.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of notes on this Lord of the Pies episode of Veronica Mars. This,
I mean, it's your birthday episode, so
it really is. What a present!
What a gift
for what was that? For 17-year-old Joe back in 2006.
That's what inspired you to live in a frat house. This episode.
Yep, exactly. This episode, man. I hadn't watched this episode yet. And Vance texted me, Veronica Mars back on its bullshit. And I was like, oh no. And then I watched the episode and I was just like, God.
Yeah.
God. What did we predict? I think, didn't I predict something about Mac being back? That was off.
Yeah. He said Mac tutors Wallace with math stuff, and it's a Wallace mechanical engineering episode.
Jesus Christ.
But you were kind of close because Wallace is Veronica's math guy for some reason.
He is doing math. I'll give myself 5%.
Yeah. And I'll give myself 5% for my prediction that Keith finds out about Veronica's assault. And I'll deduct 5% for me saying bonus Kindle reveal.
Well, should we just stop with the prediction at this point?
No, because if we hit or if we're wrong, it's still entertaining. So,
yeah. Will get fired from his job.
I swear I thought it was going to be him at this one scene. I was like, I didn't know he was actually.
I was like, why is it that guy?
But I had a random thought thinking about last week's episode.
All right, what you got?
I thought it would have been great if instead of Logan rescuing Veronica at the end of last episode, it was Dick Casablancas.
Oh, that would have been good. Give a little redemption for Dick Casablancas.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the guy saving the girl after doing shitty stuff and then that like redeems them. But it would have put him in a situation to be like, okay, this is real dangerous. This is actually like, I don't know. He should know that just because of end of season 2 stuff that happened. But him helping to save her, it could have been, it would have been not like so clean of like, oh, you saved me, thanks, blah, blah, we're cool again. But it would have put him into the story in a way, besides him just living at the frat house. And it could have been even a closer call. Like he would have showed up. The person could have ran away or something, as opposed to it just happened to be that Logan was looking for her. And
no, that would be interesting. I was actually watching this episode and I watched the intro credits for some reason, and I saw Ryan Hansen, Dick Casablancas in the intro credits. And I was like, oh yeah, he's in the intro credits and he doesn't factor in to the shit like really at all.
I mean, he's in it more than Mac and Wallace. And Parker.
Yeah.
And Piz.
Yeah, where the fuck is Mac?
I don't know why they added all these characters.
God.
Mac shouldn't even have gone to the school.
Yeah.
Like, what are we, 8 episodes in?
People in Discord are talking about how it was a budgetary thing. They couldn't do the more established characters or something.
I don't understand. That doesn't track for me at all.
Yeah.
Because we watch shows that the budget kept going down and down every season, but they never stopped having the main actors. Like, Wallace is number 2 or 3 with, like, Keith, right? Like, isn't that supposed to be, like, her wall that bounce ideas off of, rope him into stuff?
Yeah.
He's, like, disappears.
Yeah, he really does. He got a haircut.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Got a haircut, looking good.
Yeah.
All right. Should we get into this episode?
We should. We've taken enough time up at the top.
So the episode opens up with a bunch of dudes playing frisbee, and then one trips over a passed out guy in his underwear, and he's got his head shaved, and they're like, oh my God, look who it is. It's Chip from the Pie Sigs. And as soon as I heard Pie Sigs, I was like, Lord of the Pies, how did we not think of that?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking math.
Yeah.
And then I forgot all about the Pie Sigs.
There's some math involved too. These frisbee guys not really aware of their surroundings because this guy is passed out during the day. There are a lot of people walking around and no one seems to notice a guy naked in his underwear.
Exactly. I was like, it's like the middle of the day and this guy is passed out in his underwear, like face down. And there's not like there would be like a crowd of people surrounding him, or somebody would have helped him by this point.
Or been taking
pictures.
literally...
The guy tripped over him.
Yeah. The guy throwing the frisbee did not see that guy on the ground. How?
No. He's got horse blinders on. He's gotta be focused for frisbee.
Yeah.
So we have Veronica. She's reapplying to be a photographer at a newspaper. Is this the same one that Nish was working at?
Yeah, they replaced Nish because she got let go of that job. Now there's a guy in charge.
Hell yeah. The way it should be. Obviously kidding, everybody. I feel like I do have to clarify that.
You do have to clarify that, yes. In 2026, you must clarify that.
I'm joking, everyone. But yeah, and this guy is always hiring her. He's like, oh yeah, you're definitely hired. You're amazing photographer and an eye for the art. And I have an assignment for you already. You have to go to this board of trustees meeting that's happening on campus, and they are deciding whether or not they should remove frats from the campus. And he asked Veronica to go to shoot that event, and there is a special guest that's going to be there that is a really famous, I guess back in 2006, they didn't have this word, but they were like an influencer back in Neptune. They were like what was it, like a beauty pageant winner or something?
Oh, I don't remember that part.
Well, Veronica was talking about how her mom had a poster of this lady, Selma Hearst Rose, which Hearst College gets its name after. And he's like, yeah, we need to get pictures of Selma Rose, and we need to get pictures of this board of trustees meeting, and you're just the person for it. And then the two frisbee dudes show up, and they're like, hey, you want pictures? We got pictures. Took this picture with my 1 megapixel cell phone and printed it out on an 8x11 piece of paper, and it's perfect quality. It's a picture of Chip, the president of the Pie Sigs, passed out with his head shaved on the quad. Veronica looks at it and she's like, oh shit.
That's my favorite thing about when they bring that in. Veronica grabs the picture, turns and looks at it and reacts before the guy who runs the newspaper looks at it.
Yep.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm not the main character. I can't. One more thing about Selma Hearst Rose is that she flew a helicopter or a plane and dumped all this money over like disenfranchised neighborhoods and poor neighborhoods, and it led to rioting and stuff. And then she had to deal with a lot of like lawsuits and stuff from that inciting, So it was very embarrassing for her. And she's finally back in the graces, and that's why she's now finally at the level to join the board of trustees of a school that has her surname on it. So,
yeah. I mean, she seems like charitable. She has values based on what we learn about her through this episode.
Sure.
But that's not the best idea to chuck money out of a fucking helicopter. As much as like that's a fantasy situation of like that'd be so dope to do.
Yeah, she was young, so I'm sure that's what it was. I mean, maybe she got inspired by Family Guy because that's the first episode of Family Guy. He drops some money at the Super Bowl.
I was gonna say that sounds like some shit that Mr. Beast would do, like today.
Yeah, 100%.
So Veronica, she is at the board of trustees meeting. She's taking pictures. Wait, no. She's getting ready to go to the meeting.
Okay.
Sorry. Getting ready to go to this meeting, and she's leaving, and Keith is like, hey, you should really call Logan. He's been calling a bunch. He's been looking for you. And Veronica's like, I'll get to that. She goes to leave, and Logan's there at the door about to knock. And he's like, we need to have a talk, Veronica. And she's like, all right. Well, I've been busy, haven't had the time to answer your phone calls. And Logan's like, look, I'm going to lay down the law here. I want you to stay away from this rape case. And Veronica's like, what? He goes, stop digging around. Stop it. Stop looking into this. And Veronica's like, well, this is quite a reversal from last week when you're asking me to fucking find an alibi for your best buddy, and then you wouldn't give me the alibi and you wanted me to get him off and out of jail. And Logan's like, look, I'm worried about you, especially after last episode where you got drugged and your part of your head shaved. All right. You should be worried. I am worried about you. You should not be walking around campus alone. You shouldn't be doing all of this like stuff, snooping around, because it's putting you in danger. And Veronica's like, it's my choice. This is what I do. I'm a private investigator. And Logan's like, Veronica, you're pissing me off. He starts yelling at her, and then Keith comes out and he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. If anyone's going to yell at my daughter, it's going to be me. What's going on here? What's the big commotion? And then Logan's like, maybe you should have a talk with your daughter about it. And then he storms out. And then Keith's like, what's all this about, Veronica? She's like, oh, he's just worried. Don't worry about me, Dad. And he's like, all right, I won't. Have fun.
Yeah, when this scene even started, I was like, okay, so we're just jumping ahead from her last thing. She's being spoon-fed back to health last episode. Now she's just walking around and got a new job at the Daily Planet, and then she's
and that planet is Neptune.
Yeah. And now she's in a red dress about to go out at night to go photograph some trustees. And also she's way too close to the whole Greek life.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Logan doesn't want her to do the case, doesn't want her to do this, keep looking into this, because it's like the person that did this knows you're onto it, and it's like, it's dangerous.
You got drugged and passed out, and you got your head shaved. Like, this isn't a joke anymore. Yeah.
And he's like, and she's like, shh, my dad doesn't know about the hair thing. He just thinks I was drugged randomly.
Yeah.
What?
That happens.
He's like, oh, yeah, you were just... Keith is not curious about how she got drugged, who did it, where it was. His only daughter. His daughter slash wife.
Partner in anti-crime.
Business partner.
But also crime.
Yeah. And I was with Logan, where it was like, I get it. It's tough to talk to her dad about, her past and what's happening. But her dad found out that she was sexually active and had an STD in a courtroom.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be an uncomfortable conversation, but have the uncomfortable conversation with Keith, of all people, because it seems like he has at least, he's going to worry about you no matter what, and you keep putting yourself in dangerous situations, let alone you're not even mentioning that you ran into Liam Fitzpatrick last episode. Like, that's the whole another side thing that you're keeping from him too. that he even was like, hey, your dad owes me some money, basically. So yeah, I don't know. I know they're saving it for I know they're saving it for possibly a reveal later in the season to have this big emotional, like, let's try to win an Emmy or something kind of thing. But yeah,
I'm with the sentiment of Logan. I think he's delivering it very, very poorly.
I'm with only one sentiment, and that's like talking to Keith about it. I'm not with her dropping the search for the rape case.
Yeah, no, I'm with him in the, like, you need to be safer, and like, I'm worried about you, because like, this shit is like call me whenever you're alone, like talk to me on the phone, or like stop being alone at night on campus.
Yeah, like, let me just go with you as a date to this thing and just keep an eye out.
Yeah.
All right. But him saying stay away from the rape case, he's like, hey, a couple more girls are going to get raped. It's fine. But I need to keep you safe, and I need to keep your hair intact. Because I will not date you bald.
When he, based on the wigs that we've seen, yeah, I wouldn't either. But when he says stop digging around, I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
That was weird. That was weird phrasing there. But yeah, so Veronica, she's at the event. She's taking pictures. Cyrus Odell's there. He's there with the swing voter who is Selma Rose, and he's adding her to the panel and all this stuff. And it's time for her to give a speech or whatever. And he calls her to the podium, and she isn't showing up. She's disappeared. And Sheriff Lamb shows up, and they're looking for Selma Rose, and they think that she's been kidnapped. And Odell fucking roasting Sheriff Lamb to his face.
Yeah.
Loved that. And not only is he roasting him, after he's done talking to Sheriff Lamb, like, dude, you're not taking this seriously. Because Lamb is like, I don't know, maybe she's just like left. And Odell's like, why would she leave? She was supposed to give a speech. That doesn't make any sense. And Lamb's like, oh, she's a rich lady. People disappear. Yeah. And Odell's like, yeah, she was rather late for her tennis lesson. Anyway, get out of my way. I'm going to go talk to Veronica Mars, you fucking idiot.
I've seen this guy in a lot of stuff, but I've never seen him so not willing to deal with any bullshit. His character is just, like, even when he was talking to his stepson's, like, biological dad, he was just like, fuck this, I'm out of it. Like, he has zero patience for bullshit. Yeah. It's so funny.
Ed Begley Jr. in this role, it's like very different because he's usually like a comedic actor, and he's just like, get the fuck out of my way. You're a piece. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm like, Ed Begley Jr.
Like, even in the scene later when he's talking to Keith, that's going to come up, he's just like straight to the point.
I get him and the actor who plays Gene Parmesan in Arrested Development, Martin Mull. I keep getting them confused.
They're both in Arrested Development.
Oh, they are? Okay. I keep getting them mixed up because I was like, wasn't Ed Begley Jr. in Sabrina the Teenage Witch? But that was Martin Mull as well. I feel like they're like very similar roles, very similar careers, you know?
Yeah,
great
characters.
Actors, very
character
fun
actors.
Whenever they pop up.
Yeah.
So Veronica, she's leaving this event. She's walking around this foggy campus alone. The smoke machine, the fog machine was going off on this walk.
As soon as I saw her walking down this dark corridor, I was like, what are we doing? You got to park out front.
Right?
Like, I'm not hitting a parking garage out. I'm being walked to the car.
Get Cyrus Odell to drive you in his Porsche to your car, like something. Yeah. But she's walking around this dark, foggy campus, and then she hears footsteps following her, and she sees shadowy figures. And not only that, she's like on the phone with somebody. Yeah. And then she hears the footsteps and something like a glass break, and she's like, gotta go. And hangs. I'm like, don't hang up now.
Yes. Why do we have to keep giving advice from these shows to people not to do what the show's doing? Stay on the line, talk about where your whereabouts are, keep, if she was on the phone, I wouldn't say get on the phone. I'd be like, stay off the phone, keep your awareness around you, right? But you're on the phone, I think with her dad or somebody.
Yeah,
somebody could be like, oh, she was right here when something happened. She's like, I'm going to go, bye, I'm fine. And then she clutches her taser. And at one point, I thought she was going after the person.
Same. Because she starts like picking up the pace and running. Yeah. I was like, oh, is she going to try to like find out who's following her? All right. Yeah. But I was like, you can still be on the phone and hold your taser. You got two hands.
Yeah, or just keep keep the phone on and put it in your pocket. She's whatever. It was just like all the decisions that we did not want her to make.
The horror movie element of the show, like it's starting early.
Earlier. It's bleeding into the beginning of episodes now.
Because this is like stupid horror movie character actions. Oh, let's split up. Yeah. Let me hang up the phone that I like. God.
Yeah, she's auditioning for Scream or something. Yeah.
So then we have Cyrus Odell talking to Keith about the Selma Rose missing, and Veronica's there, and he's just like, "Yeah, I had to come to you because that fucking Sheriff Lamb guy, he's an idiot. He doesn't know an ass from a hole in the ground. That guy can't fucking figure anything out."
He says the sheriff is an idiot. I've met smarter sandwiches. I was like, damn, dude.
Keith just like turns back and like laughs with Veronica about it. But he's like, I need you to find Selma Rose because she is pivotal in this this vote. And she also just became a member of the board of trustees. And also she's one of the most famous people in Neptune. And also people shouldn't be going missing.
Yeah. It is crazy when you put it that way, where it's like she goes missing and it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
They're like, we got to go to one of the 2 private investigators in Neptune to do this.
I mean,
what even does Lamb do? Like, how? Wait, who's the mayor right now? Who's the mayor? Who's overseeing this? This is the same thing we had to deal with Buffy. It's like, who's running this city? Who's running this town?
So Keith starts looking into Selma Rose's disappearance, and she was last seen talking to a waitress. And Keith is like, all right, I'm going to go talk to Selma Rose's family. Veronica, you go talk to the waitress / caterer, figure out who was the waitress.
Yeah, just go poking around the school some more after what happened last episode. That'll be fun.
Yeah, if it's dark outside, even better. Even if you're alone poking around, even better.
And Keith doesn't seem to have any concern about her being drugged last episode.
No.
It's strange.
That just happens. Wait, you don't get drugged like quarterly? We're into the Q4 druggings.
Yeah. I don't know.
So Veronica, she goes to the caterer and she's asking her some questions. She's like, hey, so I'm investigating Selma Rose's disappearance. I would love to know the names of all of your wait staff. And the caterer is like, wait a second, who the fuck are you? And she's like, look, I'm working with Cyrus Odell. You can call him up. You can ask him. And she's like, all right, well, if Selma Rose was last seen talking to a waitress, a female waitress, there was only one girl working that night. And I know exactly who it is. So I could just give you her name. And I didn't know that this was this person's name. Their name is Fern, and it's one of the Lilith House girls that was on the radio when they got the text message about Claire getting raped, and it's the one with the septum piercing.
Yeah, was she the one that drove her home? She's the one that drove her, picked her up in that golf cart.
Yeah, the absolutely miserable girl. So Veronica goes to ask her about it. And she's like, hey, so you were the last person seen talking to Selma Rose before she disappeared. What was that all about? And she's like, fucking nothing, dude. She just got a phone call. Veronica's like, who was it from? I don't know. Did you get any information? I don't care. I told her she got a phone call. God, why are you still looking into this? What, you think I kidnapped her? Well, you're the last person that was seen with her. Who cares? You know what? You're looking into this. You're looking into the Pi Sigs. You're such a bitch, Veronica. Why are you always on my ass? We're just trying to get rid of the frats. Veronica's like, look, I'm just trying to get to the truth. I wasn't trying to defend the Pi Sigs. I want to know who the rapist is. And it turns out it didn't seem like it was any of them. And she's like, yeah, well, fucking Pi Sigs are back on their sex quest game with their points game. Are you real happy about that, aren't you, Veronica? And Veronica's like, no, I'm not. That's a shitty, fucking awful game. Veronica.
Yeah. And then Fern tells Veronica, well, you should watch what you drink. And then they like linger on Veronica's face and she's like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was one episode ago.
That's what Logan was talking about. But it is funny, like, when Veronica's asking, like, did you not get any information? Did you not do this? It's like, she didn't know that this lady was going to be kidnapped. She was working at, she got a phone call. No one's like, I need all your information because Veronica the photographer at the school newspaper might ask me a bunch of questions.
Yeah. Yeah, I will defend Fern on that. Where she's like, I don't know, I didn't ask. I just got a phone call. Dude, get off my ass.
Yeah.
But so yeah. Then Keith, he goes to the Rose residence.
Mm-hmm.
He starts looking at all the accolades and trophies and awards, and the personal assistant to Bud Rose shows up. His name is Brant, and Brant is not happy that Keith is here. He's like, oh yeah, Bud, he's busy. He can't meet with you. And Keith is like, I made an appointment. And Brant is like, yeah, it's too bad. He's unavailable. And Keith is like, are you sure? Because he wanted me to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And Brant is like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. What are you still doing here? Why isn't there a trail of dust in your place right now? I told you to go away. And then we hear from the background, like, Brant, stop being such a sassy little bitch. Let him in here. And then Brant is like, fine, right this way, Mr. Mars. So they bring him back to meet Bud Rose.
That scene had Big Lebowski vibes to it. Yeah,
Okay.
I watched that recently. Just it's like when he meets when Lebowski's meet, the way this is shaped down to what we see with Bud, Mr. Rose.
Yeah, but Mr. Rose, Keith walks in. Bud is in a wheelchair, and he's played by Mr. Sheffield from The Nanny, right?
Is that him? Maybe that is him, because I was like, he looks familiar, and then I went to his IMDb and I like kind of scrubbed through a little bit and didn't initially stumble on anything. But yeah, maybe you're right. He looks like him.
I feel like it is, and he's got the British accent. Mr. Sheffield. Well, his name is Bud Rose in this.
Yeah, that is him, Charles Shaughnessy. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, good call.
So,
good call, Jeff.
Yeah, this is like the first time I recognize an actor, and you didn't. I was like, whoa.
I didn't watch a lot of The Nanny, but but yeah.
That's how she became The Nanny. So Keith starts asking him some questions about the disappearance, and he's like, hey, did your wife have any enemies? And he's like, no. And he's like, oh, you should maybe talk to her brother. Her brother's coming in, but I don't really know. I don't have any information. I mean, yeah, she had a bunch of enemies because she was like running a company. Of course, you're going to have some people that are ruffling their feathers, but nothing out of the ordinary. And so he tells Keith to ask some questions to her brother.
Mm-hmm.
And then has Brant walk him out, give him the information to contact the brother. And they're leaving, and then Keith looks over at a door, and there's two little white dogs barking. And Keith is like, I'm going to make note of that.
Mm-hmm.
There are two little white dogs barking. Let's have the shot linger on those two dogs to make sure that the audience knows that this will be of importance later on.
Mm-hmm.
And he keeps walking, and they pass a BMW, and Keith is like, whoa, Brant, nice car. He's like, that's not my car. That's the fucking spoiled, rotten bitch dog walker's car. And Keith is like, you don't say. And then they zoom in on the Hearst College sticker on this BMW so that you know that that's going to be of importance later.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Keith is like, I'm going to need that person's information too, Brant. And Brant is like, absolutely, I'll get you that information. I hope it's this person. I fucking hate that dog walker.
Yeah.
So then we have Sachs, Deputy Sachs, coming into Sheriff Lamb's office, and he's like, guess what, boss? Good news. Martina Vasquez is on the phone for you, Sheriff Lamb. And he's like, Martina Vasquez? The hottie from Channel 9 News? And Sachs is like, you betcha. And Lamb is like, oh, God. This is the best day of my life. Okay, push her through. And he starts like combing his hair for this phone call. He's getting all primed and proper. And he picks up the phone. And he's like, hi, what's up? Martina Vasquez. So good to hear from you. I just saw your he like pulls up her bios page on the Channel 9 News website. And he's like, I just saw your piece on, reproductive health. And it was informative. And then you hear like, oh yeah, that's great, I'm glad that you're there. And then it's revealed that it's Veronica doing
a really bad Spanish accent. It's so bad. This is not one of her ones that she can pull off.
No, but it fools Sheriff Lamb and Sachs.
Well, Sax, anybody could fool Sax. He's a dummy.
Yeah, poor Sax. Well, but I mean, there are sandwiches that are smarter than Sheriff Lamb. So
True.
So Veronica's trying to get information about the Selma case from Sheriff Lamb, and he starts to give her information about it. I forget what he
says
her,
there was no incoming call that night.
Yes. So, yeah, all the Fern stuff was not true. So then Keith picks up the other phone in the house, and he's like, honey, are you still on the phone? And Veronica's like, yeah, I'm on the phone, Dad. And then Lamb is like, son of a bitch, the Mars has got me again. He hangs up the phone and he looks so terrified. He looks worried and embarrassed. He's like, oh no, my reputation's ruined.
I wouldn't put it past him to just be like pulling her over for parking violations and traffic violations and just being a complete nuisance to this girl. Like, he has nothing else to do.
This is illegal.
What she's doing?
Yeah.
Oh, calling, impersonating someone else to get information on the case. It's completely illegal.
Yeah. Arrest her.
And you know what is also not great? Calling from your home phone to a police station. What is that?
Yes, dude.
Just so that Keith can pick up the other line. She has cell phones. Yep. Come on.
It seemed like Keith knew about it too.
Keith is on a weird one in this episode. And also, this episode has Veronica and Keith doing too many bits for what just happened last episode. And the bits are bad. Yes. The bits are terrible.
There's one point in this episode where I was like, just stop.
It was the most cringy thing I'd ever... I needed someone to just... I needed Wallace or something. I needed a third person to be like, cut this shit out. Focus up. Yeah. There's a missing person.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't.
Like, we always talk about how we want Keith and Veronica to team up. But if this is how they team up and there's all these bits and quips flying around, I'm just like, maybe not.
No,
keep secrets between each other.
Give me Clarence Wheatman and Veronica.
Yes.
Anytime.
Clarence Wheatman and Cyrus O'Dell need to team up.
Dude, that'd be crazy. Oh yeah, and
there'd be no crime in Neptune.
And a lot of innocent people would be locked up just as a safety precaution. They would not. It would be problematic.
So then we see De Casablancas at lunch.
Sure.
Just enjoying himself some food. Yeah, and Veronica shows up and she's like, hey, buddy, I heard that the Pi Sigs are back doing their Sex Quest points board that I remember from last season when I accused Chip incorrectly of rape. Remember that? And Dick is like, yeah, we are starting to do that again. And Veronica's like, it's probably not the best idea with a serial rapist on campus, don't you think? And he's like, nah, it's still a fun game. We aren't raping anybody. We're just, doing points. I hooked up with this handicapped girl and I got a bunch of points off of that. And Veronica's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Question about them playing this points game thing. Why is it so public knowledge? Because last season, didn't she like take a photo of the board and then showed it to that lady and then showed a sexual assault victim? And they was like, hey, here, this frat is doing this thing. You would think that'd be the one thing they told that frat, hey, you can't do.
Yeah.
Also, I don't understand how the sorority, which is the sister sorority to their frat, is okay with that happening.
Yeah, the Theta Betas.
Yeah, the Theta Betas seem cool with the point system thing.
There's this partnership between the Pi Sigs and the Theta Betas. Yeah.
Sure, man.
Yeah.
But I would think that last season, at least they would have had to stop this game because it was like out in the open and like, okay, start something else or keep it super secret. But now everyone on campus is talking about it. And Dick's openly telling the most nosy person he knows about it. So,
yeah. But Veronica's like, maybe you guys shouldn't be doing the Sex Quest game because maybe that's why fucking Chip got his head shaved and woke up on the campus lawn. And Dick's like, well, that's not all that happened to Chip. And Veronica's like, what? What else happened? He's like, well, someone also shoved like one of those plastic Easter eggs up his ass with a Roman numeral. Like when you open the egg, there was like a what was it? Like some kind of thing with a Roman numeral on it.
Yeah. I don't know how he even knew that. Who went that far?
And Veronica's like, what number? What was the number? And Dick was like, I don't fucking know. I wasn't investigating this guy's ass egg. Like, fucking what? And Veronica's like, well, where's the egg now? And he's like, I don't fucking know. He probably threw it in the trash. You want to keep a fucking ass egg as like a souvenir? What are you doing? And Veronica's like, well, if he threw it in the trash, do you know when your trash guy comes and picks up the trash? And Dick's like, yes, I do, actually. This is information that I do know. The recycling is Thursday and Friday is trash day. So the egg is probably in the trash.
Information he would never know.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But he's an environmentalist.
Yeah.
Casablanca.
This guy has been waiting on hand and foot his whole life.
Yep. So then Veronica goes to find Fern again.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, hey, Fern, just talked to the sheriff and there was no record of an incoming call the night of Selma Rose's disappearance. What do you have to say about that? And Fern's like, why are you looking into this, man? Like, why are you up my ass about this? Like, leave me alone.
Fern says, did you ever think that it might have come from another extension in the school? And Veronica goes, didn't think that far. I was just so targeted on you being the bad guy. So I didn't.
Well, not only is she targeted on Fern being the bad guy with this, she starts to make a bunch of. She's like, so did you hear about Chip? She's like, no, what?
I have the line here if you don't have it.
Okay, please, yes.
This is the beginning of Veronica's little bits for the episode too. She's trying to figure out if Fern had something to do with Chip, because I mean, why does that matter? Why? Yeah. Like, I don't know why you even care about what happened to Chip at this point. But she's like, poor Chip, you really wrecked him.
Yeah,
wrecked him. Yeah. And then she goes,
she makes another.
She goes, but dum. And then she keeps, and Fern looks at her like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
yeah.
So confused.
She makes another like egg pun with her too.
Yeah. And none of them are landing.
No.
She's hoping.
Fern's like, what are you fucking talking about?
She's hoping that Fern will like have that little, that Sheriff Lamb look that we had when he found out he was head. But no, Fern's like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. But also I gotta say, like, I feel like Veronica, this episode too, along with all of her quips, it seems like she's been taking acting lessons from Logan's acting coach, because she's also like finger guns in and spinning around and all this shit. And I'm just like, there's a rapist on campus. You were drugged last episode. Like, God.
This is how she copes, Joe.
I guess. I don't know, man. Like, ugh. And, you know, as seriously as we are like taking all of the head shaving rapist stuff on campus, they're playing the Chip stuff as like a joke throughout this episode.
Yes. Until we get to the end, where I have a lot of thoughts on the end.
Oh boy.
This one just, I know what they're trying to do kind of, but what they do might be, I'll save it for them, but that was something for me where I was like, they're messing things up.
I mean, it's like this episode, it's the typical thing of like, you know, you hear of dudes getting raped in like prison or whatever, and it's just like this joke. It's like, that's just as traumatizing and brutal for dudes as well. But like Dick is like making jokes about it. He's making a bunch of puns. Veronica's making a bunch of jokes about it. I'm just like, God damn.
I don't feel the same way you feel about this, because the opening episode of this season was Dick making fun of the girls. Yeah. So I'm like, it's an equal opportunity, man. Like, of course, I'm not thinking that I don't think they're treating anyone less serious than the other.
But I don't know, like when Dick is making jokes about the stuff happening on campus, it's like, oh, he's terrible. He's a terrible person. But now our main character is like, oh, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, huh? You really wrecked him.
You're saying like Veronica, a sexual assault victim herself, is okay doing that. I feel like she's I get the jokes here are not in the best taste for Veronica, but I think she's doing them not because she finds it funny, but because she's trying to get Fern to like out herself for it.
Well, it's more of the show because we're taking like Parker, all the Claire stuff. We're taking all of that very seriously, but then the show is like, this happened to Chip.
I don't think we are. We literally had a scene where the newspaper, I forget the name of the guys that were writing jokes about it. They're not taking. They're taking them seriously. The thing that happened to Chip is not treated as a sexual assault until the last line of the last line later in the thing. But
no, but like the thing with the Lampoon guys is they're not seen as like good guys. Like we're looking at them and like, oh, these guys are assholes. But now Veronica's doing the same thing, like kind of with Chip, and Dick's doing the same thing with Chip. And it's like,
yeah, but Dick's been doing it with both. So I can't like, I can't with like when he's like, why rape the cow and the milk's for free? Like I can't like it's Dick.
But I mean like Veronica is doing it. And she's the main character.
Yeah, I guess when she's doing it later in scenes with like Wallace and stuff, it's like a little more, and then it gets real serious towards the end.
Yeah, like
yeah, I mean,
like, do you think Veronica would make jokes like this about like Parker? No,
but yeah, I felt like it was tricky because the egg thing comes out of left field.
Yeah.
And then it becomes like this egg thing is like, I don't know. This, again, is also like that weird frat thing. Like if this happened in the frat house, it'd be like, oh, dude, they fucking put it, it's like a thumb up his butt or something. Like it has a different vibe than, hey, this girl had her head shaven and her virtue taken.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but honestly, no one on campus seems to be looking into this, what happened to Chip. Besides Veronica, who is just doing that on her own, it seems like it's like she doesn't have to look into this.
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's not
what the fuck's going on this campus.
That's not my big problem with the ending of this episode. I have a more major issue with something message wise.
Too Good & Co. coffee creamers are made with farm fresh cream, real milk, and contain 3 grams of sugar per serving. That's 40% less than the 5 grams per serving in leading traditional coffee creamers for a rich, delicious experience. Whether you enjoy your coffee hot, cold, bold, or frothy, Too Good coffee creamers make every sip a good one. Too Good coffee creamers, real goodness in every sip. Find them at your local Kroger in the creamer aisle.
Close your eyes, exhale, feel your body relax, and let go of whatever you're carrying today.
Well, I'm letting go of the worry that I wouldn't get my new contacts in time for this class. I got them delivered free from 1-800-CONTACTS. Oh my gosh, they're so fast.
And breathe.
Oh, sorry. I almost couldn't breathe when I saw the discount they gave me on my first order. Oh, sorry. Namaste.
Visit 1-800-CONTACTS.com today to save on your first order.
1-800-CONTACTS.
So we then have Veronica. She's going to go look through the trash to find this Easter egg. But there's already a guy rooting through the Pie-Sig's trash. And
this is the guy Dick told her about, I think.
Yeah. And Veronica is going to pay him $20 to look for the Easter egg.
That looked like 100. Was it a 20?
It was 100? Damn, good for him.
It looked like it was 100.
I thought it was a 20, but
the 20 would have made a lot more sense. So maybe you're right.
She's paying this guy to look for the Easter egg. And then the girl that Dick hooked up with, Bonnie something, she's coming out. She's stumbling out of the frat house because she hooked up with another guy. And Dick is all pissed about it. He's like, oh, you're worth less points now. Like you fucked it. Like you were top shelf point getting, and now you're like half the points. This sucks. And Veronica's like, God damn, Dick, you're incorrigible.
Veronica does a elaborate bit of like making a pinball joke, and she does a little dance, and I was just,
yep, this is Logan,
and I was like, what's your deal with you and Dick? Like, why are you okay? Just, I don't know. And then the guy Morty, finds the egg. He finds the pink egg. Easter egg in this giant dumpster in 2 seconds. And that's where it is. That's where this guy who, if you're Chip, you had your head shaved, stripped down, egg shoved up your ass, woke up on the campus, and you had your frat brothers take the egg out of your butt. Didn't go to the hospital. Yep. I'm going to the hospital. I don't care.
I'm surprised the egg didn't break open inside of him.
I mean, I'm surprised it didn't break open in the trash can and the numbers that were in it were out, or that he didn't keep the numbers, because if Dick knows that there were numbers inside of it, that means they did open it and they did look at it. Yeah. And then he put it back together perfectly and was like, into the dumpster. like he didn't throw it into a trash can, a trash bag, and then took the trash bag out, and then whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Just a loose egg in the dumpster.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, that's my keister egg. There we go. Done.
Yeah. Though I did keister egg.
Yeah.
That was pretty.
You can't laugh at it, Joe. Take it serious, Joe. Take it serious, Joe.
Whenever I think it's Veronica that says keister egg. Or
no, Dick says. Dick says
it?
Yeah.
I was like, God damn. So then we have Keith questioning Selma Rose's brother. Brother's not concerned about the disappearance. He thinks that she's just off because she's a flake. And it's making the stock rise of the company because she wanted to have an initiative where it was like they only sold American-made products, and the shareholders didn't like that because they want to make things cheaply and they want to have like Asians making cheaper products because they were concerned about that bottom line, baby. And the brother also talks about how Selma's looking to get a divorce from Bud. And she cares more about those damn dogs than her husband. Those are like her actual kids. And then Keith is like, I'm storing all this information for later.
Yeah, I'm happy Bud pointed me to you for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah. Making no sense.
Yeah. That didn't hit me until we started doing this episode. Yeah. I was like, okay. Yeah, all right.
Why would Mr. Sheffield do that?
Yeah.
So then Veronica's talking with Wallace, and he's talking to her about she's talking to him about the Easter egg situation, and the number that was in the Easter egg was separated into like two separate 3-digit numbers.
Yeah, it was 111 and 903.
And she's like, Wallace, you're my numbers guy.
Yeah, Wallace, you're my numbers guy. He's like, when did I become your numbers guy?
Yeah. And he's like, what? She asked him, like, what do you think the significance of these numbers could be? And he's like, I don't know. I'm still thinking about having an egg shoved up my ass, and I'm clenching so hard. And Veronica's like, come on, Wallace, focus. And he's like, okay. And she deduces it's not a phone number. It's not a credit card number or whatever. And Wallace is like, maybe it's a student ID. And she's like, great thought, Wallace. And then she looks at her student ID and she's like, it's one number short. Or one too many digits. And she's like, what else could it be? And then she's like, oh, it's a date, November 19th, 2003. What could have happened in November 19th, 2003? That was 3 years ago.
Now, this puzzle that they do, we haven't had one of these in a while. I don't think they don't do this often where she has to like piece together something like this.
Yeah.
This is very mystery Sherlock Holmes-y kind of thing. But they're really lucky that the number she had them in that order and not 903-111.
Yeah.
Because I went back, I was like, if you did it that way, you would be like September 3rd, 1111. Like it just happens. Yeah, it just happens to work out that way. And why would someone write on two separate pieces of paper that number?
Yes.
Then put it in the egg.
Yep.
To sign their crime, but to sign it in a way that you would have to be an elaborate detective to put together. Whatever.
Yeah. I don't know why there was like the separation of the numbers. Like if you want to have this date like known, like do you think Chip's going to look at these two numbers and be like, oh yeah, I remember that?
Is it because they're pi sigs and Roman numerals and you can only do them in that up to the 100? I don't know.
Oh yeah, I forgot the part of it being Roman numerals too.
Yeah, so they had to do the
I mean, you said it best last episode, man. Fucking Occam's razor does not apply to this show
No,
at all.
not at all.
This show is so complicated. Dude, that was so fucking funny. And so true. This is so convoluted, man.
Mm-hmm.
So then Veronica, she's like, all right, I'm going to research what happened on November 19th in 2003. And so she goes to the library alone.
Did she
after hours?
Did she close the school down? Because we've seen the library like in the afternoon when like Logan came in and she like was working there and kids are studying. It was dark in there. It was definitely evening.
She was listening to the Piz on the radio at night.
Yeah. Now she's in
also,
there like at
do
midnight.
This research at home.
Can't you do this in the morning?
Right?
What are you doing? Why would you put yourself in this situation except for plot?
Yeah. Yep. So she's there late at night alone doing research, looking into like the newspaper articles from November 19th. And it was an article about Theta Beta. Girl fell off of the roof of the Theta Beta house. As Veronica's researching this, she hears some rustling around in the library and she's whipping her head around. She's all on high alert. She hears some more rustling around. So she runs down the stairs and jumps and hides in the bookshelf. And you hear like this squeaking and you're like, oh God, what's going on? There's somebody on her tail. And it's the janitor. And he's there to mop up the floor. And Veronica's like, whew. Doesn't look and turn to see that's the janitor, but she just hears the mop going. She's like, oh, okay. It's just the janitor.
And she's lucky he's not.
Who is not Weevil.
Yeah. And he's maintenance more than janitorial staff.
Oh, you know what? Fair enough. He's
fixing But yeah, I thought maybe it'll be because we've only seen people in the overalls onesies, like, and you're like, oh, he's a person that should be around campus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was scared. I knew it was going to be a mop once I heard that undeniable mop bucket.
Yep. There's never been a mop bucket that doesn't have squeaky wheels.
Yeah. Then that wet, dirty mop that's not cleaning anything.
I just love that they menacingly show his feet first, and then you hear the slop of the mop just onto the ground.
Yeah.
God, mops are disgusting. Anyway, so Veronica comes home in the morning. She sees Keith, and it's the morning, and Keith ran the plates for the Rose family's dog walker, and he's like, hey, would you look into who this person is? Because they go to Hearst College. And it's a girl named Hallie Pratt, who we see in the recap of what's been going on at the beginning of this episode, is the girl that welcomes Veronica to the Theta Beta house when Veronica was fake rushing the house.
I just wanted to say, Keith just goes, hey, Veronica, you just got up. Hey, I don't know what you have to do at school today besides preventing yourself from getting drugged, but you mind looking into another student at school? I just like, what happened to I want you to stay away from this business?
No, when it's a rape case that Veronica has been almost the victim of, he wants her to look into it.
Well, this isn't even looking into the rape case because I guess how much of what's going on at Hearst does Keith has to know, because the Cyrus came and said, hey, we got rape cases, we got missing people, we got abductions. Yeah. Shit's crazy at the school. And Keith is like, yep, go off, daughter, and go start asking questions and poking around.
Put yourself in danger, Veronica. If you could ask questions late at night alone, too, that'd be better.
Yeah.
That'd be better. I don't really let the person that you're accusing of kidnapping open up really nicely.
Right?
So Veronica, she goes to campus. She sees Hallie sunbathing on the quad. She basically accuses her of the Rose disappearance, and she's like, well, yeah, what the fuck are you doing? I'm surprised you even have a job because you're such a ditzy, dumb bitch. And I was like, God damn.
Yo, all right, so I thought you were going to tell more of the scene, but I have this in my first note. Veronica has no information regarding Haley's involvement in this. All she knows is she's the dog walker. And she shows up hot. just ripping into Haley, calling her dumb shit, like basically being like, oh, you're the dog walker for this one, huh? Blah, blah, blah. And then Haley makes that look on her face like, oh no, you caught me at something. And Veronica just unleashes on Haley. And she said, like, Dick has a dumb line that he says earlier where he says a word that he mispronounces. And then she does one too, where she's like, you think I killed Jimmy Hoffman? You know, and then Veronica's like, you idiot. I'm like, yeah, she's a young kid. Why does she have to know what Jimmy Hoff is? But she also is a ditzy blonde as they play her up to be. But Veronica is going so hard and condescending to her from the jump that I found weird for this reason alone. Veronica's best friend was Lily. Mm-hmm. Lily is this girl. Lily is like this girl times 10. And I was just like, wait, your best friend, the one that you like will go to the end of the earth to save a necklace that she gave you, would have been in one of these sororities. Like this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like, what do you like? Give her some, at least let Haley do something bad to you before you give her so much attitude. Like right now, she's just sunbathing and she is at this frat and she's very chipper, but she has not done anything bad to Veronica at this point that I can recall.
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure her name is Hallie.
Hallie. But yeah,
like
so much attitude.
Like, yeah, I'm surprised you have a job because you're a fucking idiot. And Hallie's like, you don't know anything about me. You don't know the first thing about me. And Veronica's like, I know at least 8 or 9 things about you, but I don't know which one's first. I was like, ew, dude. So she's basically like, what's your involvement in this Selma Rose disappearance? She's like, I don't have anything to do with it. I bet you it was probably the fucking assistant Brant. That guy's a psychopath. He's in love with Mr. Rose and he's trying to like seduce him all the time. One time I saw him watching Mr. Rose while he slept and petting his head and all this shit. And when Mr. Rose was planning the 10-year anniversary party, Brant threw a teacup at the wall and he was like all pissed off about it and in a fight. And Veronica's like, all right, well, thank you for that information. That is good leading information.
I could have gotten that without all my attitude first.
yeah, maybe I shouldn't have been so harsh to you. But let me be harsh again. What do you know about Patrice Petrelli? And I was like, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is Patrice Petrelli? I was like, I paused it and I was like, did I miss something? And apparently I didn't pause to read the newspaper article that Veronica was reading because Patrice Petrelli was the girl that fell off of the roof of the Theta Beta house 3 years ago. And Hallie is like, I don't know what that's all about. I wasn't even going to school here at the time. Apparently, from my sisters, they told me that she had some hard lemonades and fell off the roof. That's all I know. And Patrice had apparently accused someone of doing something to her. Like she's
not here, not in this scene. Hallie says, nobody did anything bad to her, and she's like, "Oh, is that what Patrice said?" And she's like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." Like the sisters just said what happened. She got drunk and walked off the roof. Because that would have been before Patrice was there.
Well, it made it seem like Patrice was like, no, something bad. Oh, yeah, never mind.
Yeah. And then,
And then Veronica goes, well, what happened to her after she fell? And Hallie's like, I don't know. Nothing. She was in the hospital, I guess. I don't fucking know. I don't even know who these people are, Veronica. And then she goes, but here's some information for you. You want some information? Karen, our den mother, she had to do a car wash to raise money for chemo.
They did a car wash to raise money.
They did a car wash for 1 month of chemo.
They said another round of chemo.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
She tells Veronica that they had a car wash to pay for another round of chemo for their den mother. And my thought was, I don't think the chemo was the issue. I think it was the pain and nausea that the chemo caused, which was the issue. Like it wasn't that she wasn't getting treatment. That's why they were growing
weed. Yeah, it's not like she was selling the weed to pay for her chemo. She was doing the weed to deal with the chemo pain.
Yes. But
Yeah,
they tried to do a mic drop moment here. And I'm like, well, it kind of just missed the...
Yeah.
Like, all he had to... I don't even know what the medical marijuana like laws were then, but they could have been like, hey, she got a medical marijuana license. So, hey, I'm just happy she didn't get fired.
Yeah, I'm happy she's still around. Happy she's still alive.
Yeah. Like, all right.
So Veronica comes back to Mars' investigation and she's like, guess what, Poppy? I got a lot of information I just learned from that girl, Hallie. And Keith starts doing this weird bit. And this was so cringy.
There are people that can't watch like The Office or Curb Your Enthusiasm because it's too like that cringe humor and it's just like makes you uncomfortable. This tops all of that. Cause
I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like,
Veronica comes in and she goes, I'm dripping with information. And then Keith goes, I'm so full of information. I don't have no room inside for food. Oh boy. And I'm like, this.
And he's making a face too.
Yeah. And she's like laughing at it. And they just share what they found out. Ugh.
Yeah. Keith tells Veronica like, oh, the Hearst company is halting Selma's plan to buy American because it's going to save the company millions or whatever. And in my note, I wrote, Keith is doing some kind of weird face and voice during this, and I don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if this is a reference to like an old movie or something I missed, but
yeah.
So then Veronica tells Keith about Brant being a whack job and he's in love with Mr. Rose, and tells him about the teacup 10-year anniversary party smashing thing. And then they do a thing about like, well, 10-year anniversary, Veronica, what did I teach you on day one at the job? 10-year anniversary, that's when people want to get divorced. I forget what they call it.
They called it dine and ditch. And it's like after 10 years, the assets split 50-50. I don't know enough about this like that.
Yeah,
and I was like, wait, what is this? We're talking about like billionaire rich people stuff. And it's like, what are they doing? They're holding out for the 10-year to divorce people. Like, what?
Yeah.
This is what he taught her in the 3 months he taught her between that summer of junior year and sophomore year.
But yeah, you're right. It's something to do with like after 10 years, when people get divorced, like the payout is more or something.
Yeah. Which
I don't know.
Sure, I guess.
But Keith tells her like, and that would make sense because the brother that I talked to thinks that the marriage is in trouble and like Selma was looking for a divorce. And then he's like, I think that maybe the husband had Selma killed to fucking save some money or whatever.
I don't think he said he had her killed.
Well, he suspects foul play.
I think
he also thinks that there's something to do with the dogs.
Yeah, because killing her wouldn't really. If he killed her, he gets all of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the dine and ditch doesn't matter. I don't think killing her came up.
Well, if she's like trying to get a divorce, because she's the breadwinner of the family. Like he's not making money, is he?
I don't know what he did beforehand, but she comes from money. So
yeah, whatever. So then we get some more bits.
That's literally my note. It says more bits. Disney World bionic woman / man.
Yeah. I wrote Veronica and Keith sneaking into the Rose estate, making quips the whole time. And I was like, stop. This is the part where I was like, stop.
I don't know why it was happening, because this isn't a running thing for the last 3 seasons. Like they do a bit here and there, but they have never gone on a riff like this. And it's not even like he's doing this riff because she's depressed and he's trying to cheer her up because he was drugged. There's no true motivation for this.
Well, it's also like it's just Veronica doing the bits, and she's like hanging on the top of as she's climbing over. Mm-hmm. She's like, this reminds me of like going to Disney World and blah, 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 blah. And Keith is just kind of looking at her. And then she jumps down and she does like the $6 million man, whatever. Yeah. And then Keith is like, all right, Veronica, let me in. She's like, I don't know. We're all closed at the inn. Or I was watching this and being like, if this was my daughter, I'd be so fucking annoyed right now.
But it was crazy because she's still doing the bit while they're doing breaking and entering, like straight up.
Yes.
At a place that should
like,
have a lot of more security than this is.
Yes.
and they're doing this, but then Keith is frustrated because she's not taking it seriously. But the scene before that was you guys both not like taking it. Like, I understand.
I could see that. Like they're on the mission now. There could be security.
But it was like, when do the bits start and when do they stop? You know, like that's like yeah. I don't know. I mean, I could see her being like, oh, I thought we're still going to keep doing bits because you've never done what you did in the office today. So I thought I thought that was our game today.
I don't know. He does the Who's Your Daddy thing.
But the Who's Your Daddy was the first time he said that, he had already solved the case and they were about to get steaks.
Fair.
It wasn't I got some random information.
I hated everything about Veronica's bits. Like it was rough. This was awful. This was awful.
I get it. I think if they want to play her bits as a more of a coping mechanism too, it doesn't come across the right way if that's what they're aiming for.
Yeah. So they break in. They go to the room with the dogs and they're sneaking in and they find Selma Rose in that room just watching TV. And she's like, God damn it. And they're like, hey, what's going on? We're here to rescue you. And she's like, yeah, I figured. Son of a bitch. And they're like, well, Cyrus O'Dell hired me to look for you. And she's like, tell him I'm safe. Just, make this go away. Don't tell anybody about this. I'm trying to stay low because she's like, I'll pay you guys to keep quiet about me not being kidnapped or disappearing. And then they're like, what's going on here? Why are you hiding in your guest room? What is this? And she tells them her story and she's being blackmailed or something. And she's been seeing someone else and the husband wants her to disappear until after the 10th anniversary so he can split the assets 50-50 or whatever. And
it's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Veronica and Keith are like standing next to each other like they're old partners and stuff. And
she even does a Tatum. I'm Tatum and he's whatever. And like I'm and I don't know what show they're referencing. It's probably an old detective. Someone on Discord will tell us, but I know it's a reference to something that I don't get. Yeah. And it's just like, and even Keith is like, Veronica, cut it out. Why are you still doing bits?
But Veronica wants to know why, and Keith explains like, oh, well, your brother's trying to kill the Buy America plan, and Bud stands to make millions more in a 50-50 split, and their marriage was great until after the accident, but Bud had something to prove, and he slept with a bunch of women, and so she's trying to earn back a measure of respect, and someone caught Selma hooking up with Hallie, the dog walker. They got pictures, and I was like, oh, that looks like the work of Vinnie Van Lowe. Somebody hired Vinnie.
I did too. I was like, that's Vinnie Van Lowe's camera work.
And Hallie didn't love Selma. She seduced Selma in order to get closer to Bud, who Hallie was actually in love with, and they were going to run away with him for the money. And
it wasn't to get closer to Bud. It was the plan to get her to frame Selma. Yeah.
And then they're like, well, we've got a plan that we've just hatched right now on the spot. Do you have access to Bud's email account and the earrings you were wearing on the night of your disappearance? And she's like, yeah, I got all that shit.
Why would anyone know what the earrings from that night look like? like how would you ever see and be like, those were the earrings she was wearing that night? I guess you would look at Veronica's photos that she took, and I guess you would notice the earrings. It's a lot of earrings this season. A lot of earring stuff this season. But this scene, when I saw the photos of Hallie making out with Selma, I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah, dude. I was like,
what are we doing? And my thought was like, it wasn't even just like, oh, it's a same-sex relationship. I was like, what is this age difference? She's like a sophomore, it seems like, or something in college. And this, I was just like, wow, what are we doing? So this whole thing hinges around Bud stands to make more in a 50-50 split if the stock price is higher, which is going higher because she's missing, and after the 10 years. So he is blackmailing Selma with the photos. And at first I was like, why would that be blackmail? Especially when Selma's like, after the accident, he started fucking around all the time. And I was like, oh, so he was the first person to do infidelity. But
right? Why don't you hire Vinnie Van Lowe, Selma?
That's why the beginning story of her falling out of favor with the public and then falling back into favor is why the blackmail works. Because she's like, oh, I just finally got my reputation up. I can't let these photos. I can't let these photos leak out and like bring me back down to a lower status of whatever.
I mean, I love the line where she's like, have you ever been the subject of national public embarrassment? And Keith looks like, actually.
I take it you don't spend a lot of time in Neptune, do you?
Right.
You're talking to the two most famous people in Neptune. We're also detectives that sneak around.
Yeah. I broke into your house just now. I picked a lock to break into your house. Call the cops, Selma. This will all go under the...
Yeah.
You swept under the rug. You got Keith and Veronica in jail. But I guess you can't because then she'd be... not disappeared.
I love that Veronica was more careful not to leave fingerprints in Mercer's room, but here they're breaking into this place, no gloves, nothing covering their face, just straight up.
Let me sit you down and talk to you about a little concept called Occam's razor, where sometimes the simplest explanation is the correct one.
Okay, so can you explain to me why Bud would send a private detective to the brother who he's hinging his whole plan on? Stocks going up. Why would he give him information that would give him information to tie to the plan? Why would you not? Why would you point him into the direction that could hurt your plan?
And of course, we have to have Selma. We need to stage a kidnapping to make it look like she's deceived. And this fucking show, the nerve. I didn't realize that Occam's razor thing until you pointed it out, man. Like, this is so complicated.
And the fact that now you have to feel like, oh, Veronica was in the right to treat Haley that way because, oh, she was a bad person. They did not have this level of information that she was now trying to frame Selma so that she could run away with Bud. That was like, whoa, I didn't expect that from the girl that was like, hey, I think Dick's kind of cute and I'm ditzy. Like, this is a whole different level of nonsense. The fact that she would be oh, I'll definitely seduce Selma, who I didn't even know Selma was in. I didn't even know that was even a part of the thing. This comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell? It's such an extra step in a thing.
Yeah. It's insanity, dude. It's insanity. The fucking nerve of this show, dude.
Like I said, this show is never boring. I am never bored by this show.
No, it's there's always something like wait. I mean, you can't have an Occam's razor detective show because that's literally like that wouldn't be very interesting. But the nerve of the show to be like, sometimes the simplest explanation, like it's never been the case.
You can't have the detective say that, but never use it because it's never true.
Oh my God, dude. So then Veronica's talking to Wallace about it, about the whole Selma situation. Like, oh yeah, they're enacting the plan right now as we speak. Then we see Chip.
Wait, before we go to Chip, did you notice something about Veronica? They're in the dining hall.
I did not notice what.
She's got a lid on that soda.
She should have forever. That's so weird to not have a lid on the soda.
I don't think that's that weird at all.
It's weird.
She's at this dining hall way too much.
Yeah, for a person that doesn't live on campus.
Or, I mean, you have classes and you have a lot of downtime between classes. Like, college doesn't have a normal class schedule. Sometimes you have 2 hours between classes, whatever. I'm just saying, if I'm getting food, I don't know if I'm going to sit there and eat it in the dining room. I'm not. You know what? I'm not even buying a fountain soda. That's just going to be a can. It's going to be It's going to be one. If I don't hear that bottle snap when I twist it, I would be on high alert. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, people that haven't even been assaulted do that kind of stuff. Yeah. But yeah, we see Chip. He's got his head shaved. He's got a nice little awful wig for himself there too.
He's got a hat on. He's got the hat on. Yeah.
Well, you can see the wig through the hat.
He's got a wig underneath. I thought he was bald underneath. I thought he cut his hair.
No, he's got the shaved head wig like the girls have.
Okay.
So he's walking, and 3 guys see him, and they start singing, "Here comes Peter Cottontail, up and down the bunny trail." And then Chip is like, "Fuck that," and leaps across the table like cheetah style. Like he sprinted towards these guys, jumped over the table, tackled this one guy. A girl gets like collateral damage shoved during this brouhaha.
This extra/stunt person probably is concussed the way they fell over.
I mean, God damn. This was like feral rage coming from Chip.
This scene coming after the scene we just had of reveals is insane.
Yeah. And like they're fighting. He goes after one guy, and then his 2 other buddies start to try to pull Chip off. Wallace intervenes, gets decked himself.
Dude,
Veronica tasers somebody.
Wallace runs over and aggressively helps a woman up. It was so weird. I was like, what are you doing? And then he gets in and tries to break up the fight.
Gets punched.
And then gets punched, and then Veronica tases the guy that punches him. And then
Veronica, this gigantic, bald, like goth-looking bouncer dude grabs Veronica and pulls her away, and I was like, oh my God, what the fuck?
But before that, Veronica, after she tases someone, gets grabbed by one of the guys that were at the table, and the guy says into Veronica's ear, "Who needs a spanking?" Before the big guy knocks him away and then grabs Veronica.
Also, and again, keep in mind, Veronica's picked up like she was picked up by like the Liam Fitzpatrick from behind and carried out of the dining hall. This dining hall is filled with people.
This guy looks like the Big Show, the wrestler. Like he's in all black and he's like huge, and Veronica is small. Yeah. Kristen Bell is small.
I mean, this guy doesn't even need to be that big to make Veronica look small, but he's big.
And he picks her up, covers her mouth. She's kicking and screaming, and he just walks her out into the hallway.
Yeah. No
other adult, no guy, nobody from like, if I'm an employee working at that Chili's and I'm seeing that, I'm on the phone. I'm running out to be like, no fucking way am I going to let this guy just kidnap a girl? Like, this is insane. Yeah. I would have the Wallace approach of like, I saw some chaos, I reacted to it. Like it's insane that she's being dragged out and no other girls are like, hey, what are you doing? Like nothing.
Yeah. There's no screaming. No phones out.
No one comes through the door afterwards.
Being taken.
No one comes out through the door afterwards. Like, what is happening? Even if it was pure curiosity, like you weren't going to intervene, but you're going to like keep an eye on it because you're like, what is this?
Yeah. And dude, I can't overstate this enough. We see a lot of people in this dining hall.
Oh yeah, it's full. It's not like her at the library.
Yeah. And nobody does shit. Nobody chases after this bald guy who is dragging a girl, kicking and screaming when there is a serial rapist on campus. What is going on?
And this guy doesn't look like a student. He looks like a bouncer. Like, so how's he even how has Veronica not even clocked him when you're just looking around the room? It's
right?
The bald white guy that's 7 feet tall, dressed in all black. You would be like, hey,
with like,
is that a new student or teacher, or is that what?
I mean, it's not even that he's like a big bald guy. He's got the freakiest facial hair too. He's got like these pointed sideburns and a goatee. Like you said, he looks like a WWE wrestler. Like
I would be like Liam
enormous.
Fitzpatrick is coming to finish the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this started out insane with Chip diving across the table, and that's not a small table.
I love that. I love the dive. It was fun. I think it's insane that a guy that was just with this group making fun of a frat bro who got an Easter egg shoved up his butt, then grabs a girl that he may or may not know in Veronica and says, "Who needs a spanking?"
Yeah.
Neptune is the worst place in the world.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's way worse than Sunnydale.
Dude.
Way worse than Bon Ton.
What are you doing in the middle of this fight? You're supposed to be fighting Chip. They're like, you're punching Wallace for no reason and then being real. I'm like, Veronica, go back and find out who that guy is. Maybe he's the rapist. The one that whispered in your ear, who needs a spanking. What?
Well, we don't need to figure it. I mean, we all know it's Foyle.
But his name, Joe.
Yeah, true. Very true. So after this big, gigantic, bald guy carries Veronica out of the dining hall and into the hallway, he puts her down, and she's like, "What the fuck?" And he goes, hey, I'm on your side. Mr. Eccles hired me to keep you safe. So I've been watching after you and making sure that you're safe. So I'm actually like protecting you. And Veronica's like, "What the fuck?"
I honestly thought he was going to say he was hired by Keith.
When he said that he was like hired by Logan, I was like, okay, I guess that kind of checks out.
I mean, it checks out from the beginning, but I wanted...
You thought that he was hired by Keith? Keith doesn't give a fuck about Veronica.
I know, but that's why I wanted it to be Keith, so I can tell that Keith does give a fuck, but he wants to pretend like he's not.
He doesn't give a shit.
He's like, climb over that fence. I don't know. Climb over that fence.
And do bits the whole time that are terrible.
No, now that's enough bits. That's enough bits, Veronica. I do the bits now. But
I'm the one who does bits.
I'm glad we don't do bits on this show.
No, we've never once done a bit.
Yeah. And if we did, they would be hilarious and everyone would love them.
Anyway, quote unquote of the episode. So then we have Sax talking to Lamb, and he tells Lamb, like, "Hey, this guy over here, he claims that he saw Selma Rose with a sorority girl the night of the disappearance." And Lamb is like, "Are you serious?" And Sax is like, "Yeah, it's just this guy. I have him going through the Facebook." And then you pan over to see who the guy is, and it's Morty, the dumpster diver. And he's like, "I think I found her." And he's pointing to like Hallie's picture.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, he's making some more money.
I love that Sheriff Lamb just gets cases solved thrown into his lap. And again, this isn't even a real case. They're like using his idiocy and setting this all up. But again, so convoluted.
Yeah.
The thing that I think is really convoluted with Bud's plan is Bud could literally say, when they have a divorce, this would go through like proceedings and negotiations, and they would like, because there's so much, 50-50 isn't okay, here we go, sign a paper, 50-50 split. It's like, no, we have different properties, we have different assets. Like, do you get the lake house? It's not when you're dealing with something of that massive scale of like estates, like businesses that they own.
Months.
Yeah, this isn't like, all right, you get 50 million, I get 50 million, call it a day. No.
Yeah. But then we have Sheriff Lamb pulling Hallie over, and she's like checking her makeup. She's like, "I'm going to try and flirt my way out of the speeding ticket." She's like, "What was I doing, officer? Was I speeding?" And he's like, "No, you're actually fine, but I have a warrant to search your vehicle." So there's that.
It's so weird because I'm like, if they didn't have Lamb hooking up with Madison, it would be one thing. This vibe had a, why would Lamb not go after this girl? This is right up his alley.
Yes.
Yes. And the thing about him...
Maybe Hallie is a little too old for Sheriff Lamb. He's like the Leonardo DiCaprio of fucking Neptune.
You know what I like about high school girls? I get older and they stay the same age, and it's also illegal.
Yeah, and I'm the sheriff, so who's going to arrest me? Who watches the Watchmen?
Who watches the Watchmen?
What, am I going to arrest myself?
No. Am I going to blow up in a plane like the mayor? Fuck that.
God, this show is awful. Like the morals of the show.
Well, the
morals of this show.
The thing about him hooking up with Madison, it really amounted to nothing. But now I can't ever look at Lamb in a different way because the Madison thing paid off in no way whatsoever. Because that whole briefcase searching thing didn't pan out. The graduation party where Veronica gives Madison shit about dating Lamb doesn't really matter. It's just for her to give shit. I'm like, but that seems like what are we saying where the new sheriff is dating a high school student? But now it's just like, well, that's it. That was just the point of it, just because it was like shocking. Like now,
there's still a girl in the wall. And that seemed to really ruffle Lamb's feathers until it didn't.
And Veronica decided not to do anything about it.
That's not important anymore.
That is such a... I don't... And we're never going to find out about that again, are we?
No, absolutely we're not.
I hope it comes back just because we said it's not. But if it
does... Me too. But...
If it does come back, it's too late, man.
Yeah. I mean, they brought back the beaver assaulted Veronica while she was passed out. Nothing's off the table with this show, man. They could come back.
I really wish that didn't happen because that would have helped my relationship with the Dick character a little bit. Mm-hmm. The fact that I don't know what he knows his brother did, but he knows his brother. We'll talk about it more because it kind of comes up at the end here. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
This episode is wild.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, to quote your text to me, Veronica Mars back on its bullshit.
Of course, this would be an episode they would release on a Joe Welke birthday. They were like, we got one. Yep. We got one.
Yep. Happy 17th, my dude.
Oh, man.
God, dude. This show is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, when my dad would come home from work, we would always ask him, hey, how was work today? And he would go, unbelievable. And one day, like, we asked him why. And he was like, because it could be anything. Unbelievably good, unbelievably bad, but it's just unbelievable. This show is unbelievable. Like, I'm watching it being like, I cannot believe what I am seeing and watching. And these stories are crazy. And the character actions are crazy. It's so zany.
Yeah. I believe this is the second time you told the dad story.
I mean, it bears repeating, dude. Like,
I mean, just humble brag. My dad had a job when I was a kid. Wow.
God. And now we're on to another unbelievable scene. Veronica shows up to Logan's hotel room that he's still living in.
Yeah, because he found out where all the money's going, so he doesn't have money problems anymore. He doesn't. The money problems was because he didn't know where it was going. But now that he knows where it's going, the money problem doesn't matter.
They go away. And in fact, he's spending more money because Veronica comes into his room crying and screaming. And she's like, I have been going around campus thinking I'm being stalked, thinking I'm being followed. There is a serial rapist on the loose, and I'm walking around thinking that I'm being stalked by the serial rapist who somebody drugged me last episode and shaved my head. I'm thinking that somebody's following me. And it turns out it's a security guy that you hired that you didn't tell me about. You have no right. And Logan's like, I fucking told you that you're not safe, so I did the thing that I thought would be smart and hired security to make sure that you are safe. And this is basically like, this is how you thank me.
Veronica is saying, I've been freaked out that I've been stalked by a whacked out rapist. I'm like, you probably still are.
Yes.
like it's not like if you didn't have this guy, you would be even fine. Maybe this guy even being around stopped that person from making a move because that person would have clocked this obvious person. He'd be like, "Is there two of us trying to get Veronica?" like I don't know. Like it's just the thing that gets me with this scene is that Veronica is mad at Logan for this, and not as mad at him about the Mexico reveal last episode that was like a couple days ago.
Why would she care about a couple, maybe dozen people dying because of Logan and Mercer and them not telling anyone about? Why would she be concerned about that? She's got a security guard following her. That she has no right.
Like the fact that like you find out Logan had this thing where it's like, I just left Mexico and I did what any teenage boy would do and just dipped when people were possibly murdered. I don't even know. He's like, I don't even like Google that hotel to find out what happened. I haven't even looked at the news. And apparently Veronica, the most curious person in the world, has not bothered to find out what happened in Mexico. Then this episode starts with Logan being like, hey, you know all this rape stuff happening on campus? Just drop it. Just drop it. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Stop digging around. Stop putting your nose in places where it doesn't belong.
Okay. Veronica's like, fine. Okay. You don't care about the girls that Mercer was with that might have burned up in the hotel. You don't care about who might be another victim of this serial rapist on campus. But hiring someone to watch me? That is the last. Right. That's the final straw. This is something that is unforgivable. Logan, your dad trying to kill me was nothing. This is the worst thing that has ever happened.
You have no right. You know about me, Logan. You know things about me.
Wesley,
and you're doing this?
Wesley and Angel, they had no right.
And then Logan goes, well, you know stuff about me, Veronica, and I'm doing this because I'm worried about you. And you know what? Let's quickly change the topic here. I love you, Veronica. I hired this security guard because I love you and I'm worried about you and I love you. Do you love me? And she's like, yeah. And then Logan's like, are we cool? And she's like, yeah, I guess we're cool. And
then they hug and she has a look on her face like, we're not cool.
Yeah, she has a look like, I'm just saying that we're cool, but we're not cool. This guy's a fucking psychopath. I don't like this.
So this is the move after last episode's ending where it was like, hey, you know, I gave these guys shit, but you know, when you have real love, the people that protect you are that was last episode, like 2 days ago. That was what her whole thing came back around to. She came, which I thought was way too soon to come around on Logan. Her dad, I think you can forgive him for having a tryst with Harmony. I mean, it was like, whatever. Yeah. But I mean, I understand it was a mom thing, parent, infidel. Like they rationalized it in her emotional stuff. So I get, that's fine. But the Logan stuff, they kind of just brushed that over. And then this is the breaking point.
Yep.
Good acting by Veronica too, and Kristen Bell in the scene. She's like, you know who I am. I'm not going to change. And then he's like,
yeah, Logan's like, you keep wanting me to change.
Mm-hmm. And I love that he was like, oh, and you like realize what I'm saying is true because you're not responding, but you're not going to accept that. And it was like, wow,
that's never admit it.
Yeah, you won't admit it. And he's like, then I'm like, I love you. Do you love me?
Yeah. I was like, oof, oof, pathetic move there, Logan.
And I was like, is this the first time he said I love you to her? Because again, I've talked about this probably since we did the girls podcast about like how you can just weaponize the I love you. It's not hard to say I love you, but it's this thing that we treat like if they say that, oh my God, they did it. It's like some people can just tell you they love you. They don't really have to mean it. Like it's a word. Go by some actions. Go by the way they treat you. Don't like that's the easiest thing for someone to do. It's to say I love you and not mean it.
Do you love me? She rolls her eyes. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I love you. Can we just go easier on each other? Yeah, that'd be nice. All right, we cool? Yeah, we're cool. Like the hug, she's got her fingers crossed behind her back.
And here's my thing too. Logan has money and resources. Put some money and resources into finding out who the rapist is versus just having someone like watch her everywhere. And also hire a less conspicuous person.
Dude. Right? That guy was so crazy looking.
He just wouldn't blend in the college. He would stand out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nowhere that
he's
she
like
could go.
40 and huge, bald, craziest facial hair.
It's like what's his name? D'Amato.
Oh, Vinny D'Amato.
It's not Vinny, is it?
Vinny?
No, Vinny Lamvine Low.
No,
What's D'Amato's name?
Fucking what's the guy's name?
Oh my God.
D'Amato.
Yeah, D'Amato was he was like kind of a private security person.
But
He
Veronica
actually
would.
But I'm saying like have someone that looks somewhat like they could just be at the school.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. So then we have Sheriff Lamb going to Bud Rose's house with Keith.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we found emails from you and Hallie on your laptop, and
Her
found
laptop.
an earring in Hallie's car. Yeah, found an earring in Hallie's car. And then they told us to look into your guest house, which is where what's-her-face Selma has been hiding. And Bud looks like, oh, shit.
Here's the question. When they go to the guest house, is Selma tied up or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, what is the plan if they go to the guest house and find her? She can't just be sitting there
just
watching
chilling,
TV.
Eating some Totino's pizza roll.
Yeah. Thank God, officer. He's kept me in here.
Thank God you're like licking her lips. Sorry. This place is a mess.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, why is she hiding in the guest? Like, put her in some...
Right.
Whatever. It's a bad plan by them. But, yeah.
So they arrest him, and Lamb is there questioning Bud, and Bud's like, I'm not going to say anything until my lawyer shows up. And then
Cliff
Selma shows up.
Oh, I thought Cliff was going to walk in.
Yeah, I know. So did I. But they're like, your wife would like a moment alone with you. And so Selma comes in. She's like, hey there, Bud. You're a piece of shit. And here's some divorce papers for you to sign. It's either you sign these divorce papers or you're going to prison. And then he's like, I only stand to make 10 million out of this rather than 100 million. Ugh, fate worse than death. I'd rather go to prison, I think.
Yeah, it's like, I'll take this to court. I see how the courts in Neptune work, and I think they will rule in my favor. Especially when I go, we didn't kidnap you.
Yeah.
He still has the picture leverage that he could counter, but yeah, I mean, I get it. He could have just talked to her and been like, hey, I got these pictures. How about we sign a divorce papers that give me this much and I want this much assets? Because here's the thing. He would just get stock. If the stock goes up afterwards, it would still be money. Like you would, and guess what? You could just buy more stock if you know the stock's going up. Because there's some insider trading shit going on that Keith needs to hop on right now.
True.
But
absolutely true.
He should have told her at least to pay for Veronica's college, since she just saved her millions of dollars. I don't know how much she had to
let her transfer to Stanford so she can get away from this serial
Give
rapist.
her the Hearst scholarship.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she is the Hearst lady.
Yeah. And what happened to the black lady that was like, hey, you can go to Hearst in the jury duty, the one from The Wire? And she was like, hey, Veronica, if you go to Hearst, I could put your name in. And then Veronica goes, I'm not going to Hearst. I'm smarter than that. Now she's at Hearst. And she didn't even talk to that lady about getting her like a deal or anything. She had so many opportunities.
Who knows?
Why not bring it up in the show?
I don't know, man. We don't know who got the Kane scholarship.
We know who got it. It's Maureen.
Maureen?
Maureen from Freaks and Geeks. We did Freaks and Geeks, everyone.
Oh, yeah, we did do Freaks and Geeks on Patreon. That was another...
Yeah.
God, we've done so many fucking shows at this point. I consistently forget like one or two that we've done.
We did Firefly on the main feed. You can listen to that for free.
Firefly on the main feed. Yep. Anywho.
We're stalling to get to this part.
Yeah. Keith and Cyrus O'Dell, they're there together. They're bonding. They're thankful that Selma's okay. And they ask her, hey, so what do you think about this frat vote? And she's like, fuck the frats. Let's get rid of them. And O'Dell's like, this is not what I wanted.
Yeah, this seems like a big... As someone that wanted to rehabilitate their image, I could see her being pissed off about the Haley situation, and she's doing this to like Hallie. Sorry, whatever. But I could see her doing that out of revenge for this. But getting rid of a whole Greek life thing with the vote is actually going to be a big news story, and it's not going to be one that's and it's not going to be one that's going to be received well. It's going to be a 60-40 split, 50-50 if you're lucky, 60-40 probably leaning against you, because they're like, what do you mean? Like, these chapters exist in a bunch of other colleges, but you guys got rid of them, and you also didn't find out who the rapist is. So like, what is this? Why are you getting rid of Greek life?
Yeah, no idea.
But yeah, so she says that everyone's jaw is dropped.
Yeah. So then we have Veronica on campus, and she runs into Hallie, and Hallie's like, you know what, Veronica? I loved Bud. Bud is more man than you could ever handle. And Veronica's like, yeah, you just loved him for his money. You're a gold digger. And she's like, no, I'm not. He fucked the shit out of me.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not a gold digger. And I was like, oh, so why did you pull off this plan to get Bud even more money?
Because Bud's a gold digger.
Yeah, like,
that's why. Man.
And she was like, he's old enough to be your dad too.
Yeah. And then Veronica's like, yeah. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I want to know the truth about Patrice Petrelli. What happened? And Hallie's like, I don't fucking know. I told you, I didn't even go here. Why don't you ask her best friend who faked her own rape, Claire, about it? And Veronica's like, wait. Claire was best friends with Patrice Petrelli, and Hallie's like, yeah, they were in the same pledge class, so maybe you should ask Claire about Patrice Petrelli. And Veronica's like, actually, once again, thank you, Hallie. This is very useful information. You know what? I might actually work with you more often, because you seem to have like a wealth of information for me.
And you divvy it out in such a plot convenient way where you save this information that you should have given when I confronted you the first time for now. Why give me more information when you are mad at me for having you arrested?
Yeah.
But thank you.
So let's get into the horror movie portion of the show.
Yeah, it's a different level of horror, but yeah, here we go. And if you're Veronica, do you go to this place by yourself?
I don't even know anymore, man. I don't even know anymore. I don't know what anybody's doing in this show. I have no idea what's going on. But Veronica shows up to Claire's.
She doesn't go to school anymore. She doesn't go to class anymore.
No. Nobody does. She goes to the dining hall. That's all.
Dining hall and then interviews with people.
Yeah. So she goes to Claire's dorm, which is nicer than the Mars family house.
I don't think this is Claire's dorm because Claire got expelled. I think this is an apartment.
Oh, whose apartment is it? Nish's?
I think it has to be Claire. It can't be the dorm. Wasn't she expelled? It looks more like a small apartment. That's what I was thinking. I don't, because she got,
I mean, it's really nice. They have like a kitchen in there.
Yeah, I think it's an apartment.
Hanging plants.
Yeah, I think this is an apartment because she had to get kicked off, and Veronica would be going.
Expelled.
Yeah, and Veronica would be going to Claire's place. She wouldn't be going to someone else's place that Claire's in.
Okay, so she shows up to Claire's apartment and asks her about Patrice Petrelli, and then Claire opens the door and she's like, "Oh, look who's here to talk about Patrice Petrelli." And inside her apartment is Fern and Nish, and Veronica's like, what did Chip do to make Patrice Petrelli fall off of the roof? And they're like, he didn't do anything. She walked off voluntarily. She jumped off the roof. And Veronica's like, whoa, wait, what? And it's because the Theta Betas had the girl strip in front of a two-way mirror. And Veronica's like, stop your story right there. I went to the Theta Betas house. There was no two-way mirror. And they're like, maybe they covered it up. Maybe they boarded it up. But back when we were doing it, there was a two-way mirror situation. And the sorority sisters would have the girl strip completely nude and then circle all of their problem areas and make them feel terrible about themselves and basically attack their ego with all of this like crazy, you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough verbiage. And there was the two-way mirror. And on the other side, they had the fucking Pi Sigs were in the room watching all this stuff. And they saw Patrice Petrelli, who was a legacy at this sorority, Theta Beta. Otherwise, she wouldn't have got in because she wasn't pretty enough. And everybody started calling her a marshmallow.
Because she was pale and pudgy.
Because she was pale and pudgy. Mm-hmm. And Chip called her a marshmallow, and he was like kind of the leader of the Pi Sigs, and the name stuck. So...
Is this where marshmallows come from now? Because at first I thought it was a Wallace thing. Because Wallace called Veronica marshmallow because she was soft. She's like had a soft interior throughout her. I don't know if that even would be the right thing because it's like a hard exterior but a soft inside, and that's not what a marshmallow
like
has.
If you're doing it like roasting it over a fire,
but the outside isn't that hard. It's not. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so I thought that's what. It's interesting that I don't know which one it comes from because marshmallow is what the fans of the show call themselves. Are they calling themselves? I don't think
it's from this.
So it's from the beginning episode. Like you have to pick.
I think so.
But you have to pick one or the. But this is if you were to follow this show, this is the marshmallow thing that I would remember more so than Wallace's thing from the pilot.
Yeah. 100%. But I mean, Wallace always wanted to be a mechanical engineer because we saw him with that plane.
He's Veronica's math guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Duh. Because of that egg project he did with Logan. He's a math guy.
He's got to get C minuses. That's all. God, he's got to be the worst mechanical engineer.
He really is.
I hope he gets it. I hope he gets it. I hope he doesn't work on anything that people have to use that could cause harm.
So also they used permanent marker to circle the problem area so she couldn't even get it off of her body, and then they told her that she needed to get a tan and all this stuff. And then so one day when all the Theta Betas were tanning on the roof of their sorority, Patrice Petrelli walked up there, and then she just walked off the roof to kill herself. And she didn't die. She is now in a mental health facility.
Oh no, we're gonna have.
Yep,
wait, we are? No, she can't. We don't need it. There's no more information.
Veronica's gonna show up in her Virginia accent. And she's gonna be like, "Hi there, Miss Patrice Petrelli. I'm here to interview you." And Patrice Petrelli's gonna sound like, "Well, hello there, Miss Mars.
I thought you'd be coming. I'd been planning this for years.
Let me tell you about the Theta Betas."
Oh, you don't know about my brother who escaped from the facility?
God. And in my note here, I was like, this all kind of sounds like the sorority's fault.
Yes.
And not the frat's fault.
The sorority, that's the thing. We'll get into it a little bit more. But also when they mentioned walking off the rooftop, hey, a couple months ago, you watched Beaver do this. Mm-hmm. You literally watch Beaver do. There's a lot of walking off of bridges and rooftops in this show.
My name is Cassidy, Vance.
It's like, I don't care what your name is after what you just dropped on us. Like,
right?
Like I understand what they were going for with that point, but I mean, I'm supposed to be riding with the main character, and you did some awful stuff like just before you did that, so it undercut that moment. Anyway, I would think Veronica would be like, "Oh my God, rooftops again!" But it doesn't bother her. She goes into that hotel every day. She goes into the dining hall. She goes into the dining hall every day.
Rooftops, fucking, we're fine.
She goes swimming at Pomeroy's house on the weekends. like that's just like, I'm like, what are we doing? Like Parker's still staying in the same room. That is insane to me. Like, it's a small thing. It's a small thing to say, let me switch dorms.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep. But yeah, it seems like the sorority is like,
they're tied together. Yeah.
They are tied together. Like they are getting the Pi Sigs to come and like laugh at these girls, but they're also doing awful, terrible shit as well.
And we see girls sleeping with the Pi Sigs still. Like, we saw one stumble out and do the walk of shame earlier. She's hooking up with two Pi Sigs. They're still getting it in.
Yeah. Yeah. You know? So then Veronica is just like, wait. You're all faking all this stuff. Like, how many of the rapes were faked? Because I know that you faked yours, Claire. Like, I'm starting to question whether any of these were real. And the only one that is real is Chip's, which he got an egg shoved up his ass. And then all of the fucking... Dude, all of these girls like have this guilty look, and Nish is like, you just had to go snooping around, Veronica. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. Nish's thing is you put Veronica in this situation when you sent her the photograph without telling, like, and then she photographed something else and you ran the story. So they want to take down Theta Beta and the Pi Sigs, but then their plan was only to take down the Pi Sigs. But Theta Beta seems like that's also there seems like they're both involved, and it's not even like they're involved with the rapes and head shaving. They're involved with doing what I would consider is awful college frat 90s-esque sexual misconduct level behavior that just... Like, the stuff that they're doing is that stuff that you, like, see in, like, any of those 90s movies, like American Pie type stuff. Like, and not, like, it's mean bullying that will cause people to have, like, eating disorders, self-esteem issues, like, stuff like that. But there's no, I mean, and there were groping the girls at the Halloween thing. So they are crossing lines. So I'm not trying to give any of these frats a pass. It's really strange when we see the den mother who has cancer, but she's also like using weed, and she's like, hey, Veronica, you're too drunk. We need to get you out of here. I'm like, wait, what are we doing? Are we trying to say that they are caring and there's a couple of bad seeds in it? Or is this a systematic thing between both frat houses? Whatever. But Nish sent her in there. Nish got this started. They are faking the rapes. When Veronica goes, the quote that she has is, how many were real other than Chip Dillers? So here Veronica is verbally acknowledging that Chip was... Yes. This is where it is. She's acknowledging that what happened to Chip is the sexual assault, is like he was violated. And I was like, okay, okay, that's when it like had a little more weight to it, which they weren't treating it with, as you say, before. Yeah. But then Veronica asks how many of these were faked. All the women like can't even look at her. They're like looking down at their shoes and stuff. And I'm like, wait. Well, how are we doing this? Because we got Parker. That has to count, right?
That's a real thing that happened.
Aaliyah Shawkat, that she wasn't faking that last season.
Yeah, the ball, the one that was
before the
talking at the rally.
Well, the talking at the rally one might have been fake. Yeah, that one could have been fake because she was with the Lilith House people. But the one that was the one that Veronica found before last season. Remember, it was one before her. That's the one. I'm like,
the Asian girl. Yeah, the Pacific Islander.
Yeah.
Because it was a part of that club or something.
Well, she went to go to the wig store, and then she said she was her sister, and the lady was like, "No, you can't be our sister because she was Asian or she was." And then she found that girl. She called out another girl who had a different hair and said, "Where's your wig?" And it was like, "No, I'm the one that was assaulted." So that girl came too. There was two people assaulted last season at the from the Hearst orientation episode. We found out there were two people.
But if these are fake and it's like the Lilith House faking them, like, are they just drugging girls and then shaving their head and telling them that they were raped or something? But there's never been any semen or DNA. That's what Veronica says in this scene too.
Which I don't get, because when Veronica says that, she doesn't go, so who attacked me? If you think these people have faked it and are shaving your head, somebody in this room or one of the people related to them would have done that to you. And you literally walked into a room when this thing was happening to Parker. So did they break in, shave Parker's head, and then, like, you heard sex and...
Yeah, you heard sex sounds.
And it's one thing... I don't think these women are waking up and just being like, my head's shaved and I guess I was sexually assaulted. It's like, you know something happened down there the next day, right? Like, it's... So the Parker thing... I guess... I think this is tricky, but I think my biggest takeaway here is when Veronica calls them out for faking a bunch of multiple rapes. She's like, how many of these were real other than Chip Dillers? And I'm like, Parker, probably the one last season. Whatever happened to you had to be real, or at least you need to be asking about that. stuff like that. So it's like
show them the patch of hair that's missing.
She wouldn't have to show them. They'd be like, she should just be like, which one of you did this to me? And they'd be like, wait, we never attacked you. But she never even asked about that, which is insane to me. But then she says, and this is where I feel like the show wants to drop the mic and walk away and think they're doing a service, is Veronica goes, nothing hurts the cause more than that. Mm-hmm. Talking about them faking this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my thought is that having characters in a high-profile television show fake rapes hurts the cause even more.
Yeah.
This show showing that these women are probably faking these things puts that out into the world in a way where it's like, yeah, see, we can't trust them. But it's not like, more people are seeing this as the show, watching a bunch of women faking rapes to get attention, than the fictional world of Hearst.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is going out to millions of people that are watching this and being like, see, can't trust them. And I'm like, this is more harmful of a message. Like, it's one thing to have it happen once or twice, or you're like, we've had some episodes where we think something some way and it's like, oh no, this person did this. But this is now systematic, like the sororities bad. These girls are gold diggers and cheating. Like, think about this episode. We got Hallie.
Hallie.
I don't know why this one's got me. But we got her doing manipulative stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, then we got these characters faking sexual assaults for attention because some guys
or to accomplish a goal of like, I don't like frats because they were mean to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and the frats and sororities are doing is fucked up.
Yeah, but
it's also like
faking
that shit happens in real life too, like the initiation. We've all heard stories about that kind of stuff.
But now we're doing this thing where it's like, how many of these were even real at all? And I'm like, don't do that. Just make them real. Make it count. I never liked when Claire came up and the episode started and we found out it was fake. I thought that was
I also want to bring up too with Claire, like, shouldn't she be like in jail for that?
No, someone would have to press charges for it.
No.
False statement to the cops, I guess.
A rape?
Yeah. But I'm saying this is
some kind of penalty for that.
But this is a systematic faking. Like, it would be false statements to the cops. That would be the arrest.
Yeah.
But there are multiple fakes. Now what they're doing, there's like multiple levels, so we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And it is just, I don't know, man. I just think a show portraying this and putting it out there that, oh yeah, you can't trust, don't believe women is the message
the actual
that
societal effects.
Yeah.
But
I'm saying that there are those things. There are cases where women claim stuff happened and it didn't.
Yeah.
But in this point, when was the Me Too movement? When did that initially hit?
Was maybe like, at this point, maybe like, was that like 10 years ago at this point?
Yeah, it was like a couple years after this though. But we were still in a peak level of don't believe women.
Yeah.
When this comes out. And and this show is presenting it in a way where like we shouldn't believe women again with the character that has been through sexual assaults. So I just don't think for the plot trick of being like, oh boy, Claire was faking it. I don't think that serves. What is the message that the show is trying to get across? That's what I don't get.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the show was trying to say. And I think this really is not the message. It's not the mic drop moment. Like, this hurts the cause even more. It's like they're punishing women. Like, the fact that Veronica's more upset that, at this point, she's more upset that Chip got assaulted, the person that she has claimed was a rapist multiple times.
Yeah. Which we see in the recap.
Yeah.
Oh, this girl? Yeah, last year she accused me of rape falsely.
Yeah.
And Veronica's like, oh, you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Dick Casablancas. Oh, Logan. But then when it comes to these girls, which are doing the wrong thing completely, But I'm like, why did we choose to have them fake this case? Why is that the plot? Because it makes it like, I don't know what we're trying to say here is that sometimes women fake it, but also there is a rapist shaving heads too, right? Or is it not?
Yeah.
Like
they're like taking advantage of there actually being a rapist to be like, okay, this is really advantageous for us. Let's fake some to make it look like this guy's doing it, and then we'll like get the frats off campus.
And then that didn't work, so they decided to do that to Chip. Because when I saw that happen to Chip, I was like, oh, maybe this is like, 'cause I don't know what the motivation behind the serial rapist is. So I was like, maybe he did that and just, he's not going to have sex with Chip, but he shoved an egg up his butt and shaved his head and drugged him. I'm like, I don't know what this psycho is up to. If it's one person, if it's two persons.
Well, it also seems like, the Lilith house, like they don't, like when Veronica confronts Fern about it, about the Chip stuff, she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Why should it be like Chip faking it himself? Like he did it to himself and shaved half of his head to make it look like somebody else is doing it. This show, man.
Well, I just think presenting all three of these women as all these women as doing a conspiracy of fake head shaving rapes is not adding to the serious. That's why when we were talking about them not taking Chip seriously, I feel like the show doesn't take the sexual assaults seriously enough, because we've been dealing with this since the first episode of the show. And every time they reveal it as a shocking twist and like, gotcha, isn't that shocking? Oh, Claire was lying. I'm like, yeah, but what? Like, to bring down the frat? That's so damning. But like, to this point, like how you say she should be in jail, there should be more come down instead of them looking at their shoes and Veronica just being like stern, giving them a stern talking to and walking away.
Couple of finger wagging. Don't you do that, shame.
And then you find out the story that it happened. It was like one of their friends was body shamed and walked off, and that's what happened. They didn't
trying to kill herself.
And their other plan wasn't to sneak into the frat, get back at Chip, get back at the other police. Like, there's so many other ways for them. If they're willing to go this far, there's steps before you get to this that they could have taken. Like the mouse traps that they had on them and stuff. Like, there's ways to like completely bring down this place. Like, I don't know. And I just think it hurts them. It hurts the cause that they seem like they want to be championing here.
Yeah. Yep. But sometimes the simplest explanation is the right one.
What's Veronica's takeaway from this now? I didn't like that she just left it with, wait, are any of them real? I'm like, Parker seems like she, like, you. Yeah. This scene needs to be longer and more detailed interview stuff, because for Veronica just be like, well, are any of them real? You have to be like, wait, you literally heard Parker traumatized, talking to a cop. She had visceral memories of cologne. You literally said Mercer did it last week. So you got to be like, wait, so how are you guys doing this? Have you guys been putting cologne on? Did you do the Parker thing? Did you shave my head? What about that girl? Like, if the next episode is not even going to start with this, but that's what, you don't leave the room with this message. You go, wait, no, like, which ones did you guys do and which ones didn't you do? Because Foyle has a detective wall and he's got a bunch of cases that don't mean anything, that are leading nowhere. So tell me what's happening.
Yeah.
We saw a person with gloves on their hand cutting her hair. Was that one of the sorority sisters?
It was Nish.
If you're Veronica, you have to ask that question. You literally were attacked. You saw the figure. Yeah. Why are you?
You were roofied or what, a GHB'd.
You literally saw a figure in black walking over to you, and you are in a room with a bunch of people that faked it, and you didn't ask, did you guys do this to me? It just hurts my curiosity brain of watching a detective that cares so much about stuff not ask that question after getting such a bombshell information here.
Well, Honestly, it's really not that important. It's the next scene that's more important. That is the one that we should really be caring about. Veronica at the dining hall. She gets a phone call. It's Logan. She sees that it's Logan, and she's like, ugh, I don't want to talk to my boyfriend. She puts her phone back in the bag. And then we see that Logan is watching her not pick up his call, and he is devastated. He's like, the phone, he basically falls from his hand. He's like crying. I thought that we were okay. I thought we loved each other. That's the cliffhanger we need.
I'm like, I don't give a shit about that after what I just heard.
Yep.
And Veronica's plan is to go back to the dining hall and eat alone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
What are you doing? Did you not learn your lesson from eating at the dining hall alone last time? What?
I wish she would have been at the table with the gigantic bald guy. Just like chilling with him.
So, I mean, seriously, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Logan has this boo-hoo face on it. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I hate his like mouth agape look that he does when he's in.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, I still can't get over that she's more upset with Logan about hiring that guy than the hotel fire. I just can't. And he's not even helping her solve the rape case. You have the money and means. You know what? Also, ask the Hearst lady. Get the Hearst scholarship, get your college paid for, and then say, hey, before you cancel all the frat stuff, I don't care if you cancel it or not. Doesn't matter to me. Can you pay my dad his fee or something so that we can actually like... I want her to tell Keith about it so Keith can start investigating the school too. I'm sorry, like this needs to be priority number one. And I hate that it's 1B sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And is Wallace okay?
I don't know. He's probably failing.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the last thing we saw of Wallace was him getting his ass beat up by those guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's probably got a black eye, some kind of concussion maybe.
Veronica, you want to send him a text or something? See what happened? You went out into the hallway and then yelled at your boyfriend while Wallace was still getting his ass beat in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
The dining hall that you are now back in to eat. And where's Mac?
Yeah, right?
I don't know, man. Fun episode though, right?
Oh, yeah. Great episode. You know, we like the show. Great. Real fun. Good. I had a great day after watching this.
Happy birthday, Joe. Okay.
The person that plays Selma Hearst is named Patty Hearst.
Mm.
And she is she's the granddaughter of William Randolph Hearst. So.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay.
There's a little bit of like art imitating life here.
Yeah. Hearst Castle.
Yeah.
Citizen Kane.
Next episode is titled Spit and Eggs.
I don't know why I want Madison to come in and be like an expert witness of
Trip to the dentist.
Trip to
comes
the
back
dentist
around.
is like Ghost Meg is like, oh yeah, spitting eggs. That's her new. She's graduated from Trip to the Dentist.
From Ghost School. He's dead.
Spitting eggs.
I'm gonna fuck it. One of the sororities or frats is having some kind of fundraiser charity thing, and they're doing like a breakfast, and one of them spits in the eggs. I don't even know, man. My brain hurts.
There was an egg in a guy's butt today, so.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
I'm going to say this is one of the victims is pregnant and there's some DNA testing stuff.
Oh my God. Well, this next episode is directed and written by Rob Thomas, not of Matchbox 20 or Smooth by Santana. So, and he's like the show's creator, so there's going to be some extra care taken in this next episode, you would think.
He's like, I don't know where we went wrong with this one.
Yeah, he watched the last episode. He's like, wait, what? What's happening to my show?
He's like, I know I've been running this, but why? The women are the bad guys. The women are the victims and the bad guys. And I know what they're trying to do, but I think they missed the mark big on this ending here. I think they missed the mark really big.
I mean, I get it. There are some times where like people are faking stuff.
Yeah, but when you make it a whole conspiracy like this, and now it's like, don't believe women, and like, but Chip Diller was assaulted, and this is he the only one?
We should actually be feeling bad for the guys.
Yeah, she's like, is he the only one that was actually assaulted? And I'm like, what do you mean is he the only one? You talked to Parker. Like, and why are you not asking? Like, what happened to Parker? That should be your first. The first question should be about yourself. The second question should be about Parker. The next question should be about what happened when you came to orientation and how long they've been doing this. Like, they've been doing this for a year and a half. A year, basically. Like, that's a long time, if that was the case.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Spit and eggs. That's a wrap for Lord of the Pies, though. Thanks for listening. Thanks for everything you do for the boys watching Buffy.
If you stuck around this long, we appreciate it. You know, I know this is a heavy episode. These always get heavy. They always are.
I just hope that the listeners understand our frustration with the show, because it's a frustrating show where there's interesting things happening. It's not boring, but it's frustrating and like. Oh my! Like,
see, I think the show could be the show wants to be fun at times, and then they want to have a dark mystery, and I think you can do that. But tonally, because we're dealing with sexual assault in this level, like, it's hard to have Veronica do bits and then get mad at Logan for like a minor thing, but then there's a bigger thing that he actually did. And then you have this whole Selma Hearst thing, and it's like, oh my God, there's a convoluted like little case of the week thing that's like all over the place. And then that somehow ties together. And then you still have Liam lurking around in the backdrop. And then it's not something that, it's something you have to handle with care. Yeah. And sometimes I think they go for the gotcha moment and the shock moment and the shock value, but it's like, I don't know.
I mean, even within the container of this one episode, we go from Veronica and like everyone else doing bits about Chip getting an egg shoved up his ass to the end of the episode where she's like, Chip was the only real rape and assault that happened here, and you're all terrible people. And I'm just like, I mean, we should talk about the whiplash of like the seriousness of all of this is shocking too. It's just
I just can't believe she says that while she has a wounded scalp in the room, and she's not like, which one of you did this to me?
Yeah. And then we have to have Logan looking at his girlfriend with his phone in his hand, like mouth agape. Like,
she should have broke up with you last episode.
Potential manslaughter, murderer, accomplice, something.
Yeah, that's the thing about this is that she's been, like we said last episode, she was cool with Mercer in the jail after hearing that horrible story. She's like, what are you still doing here? And he's joking about going to brunch with her. Then she sits down she sits across from Dick, and she's doing bits with Dick, another guy that has been the most insensitive motherfucker all season. And his brother sexually assaulted you, thought he killed your dad, killed the mayor. You're still just hanging out with Dick like he's just some dude you know from high school.
Yeah.
And then Logan, like, you just treat him like, oh my God, you did something bad again. And you crossed the line by hiring security.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening. Join our Discord. Let us know what you thought. Are you as frustrated with the show? If, did you like this episode, listeners? Join our Patreon, patreon.com/boyswatchingbuffy. We're covering True Blood. You're going through the Twilight series of movies. At Boys Watching Buffy on Instagram and TikTok. boyswatchingbuffy@gmail.com. If you want to get a shout out, Apple Podcast 5-star rating and review, Spotify 5-star rating, screenshot, send it into us. Get us something off the Amazon wish list. And stay tuned next time for when we talk about Spit and Eggs.
Look, the sheriff is an idiot. I've met smarter sandwiches.
Seltzer Kings.
Podcasts.